What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to give you an overview of the Impreza, and somebody recently asked me for just kind of end-to-end quick overview of the car, so I'm going to give that to you today as quick as I can. If you follow along with the channel, you probably already know most of what I'm going to say. If you're new, welcome, and here's the Impreza. So this car started out as a base 2.5i from 2006, and it's been heavily modified by me, mostly all DIY parts. So it's currently running a 3.3 liter EG33. It's got fresh gaskets, fresh rebuild. Pistons are all factory, rods, all internals are factory. It's got chromatic head gaskets, is about the only thing in the engine that's different from stock. Apart from, obviously, the intake manifold has been rotated 180 degrees. This center section here now points forward. On the SVX, it would have been back here. Let's see, we got Mega Squirt engine management. That signals our LS2 coils, and we've got some 740cc injectors, just relatively cheap ones off eBay, so they get the job done. It's running E85 flex fuel sensor from a 2012 Impala. Yeah, battery relocation to the rear. So biggest thing is the twin turbo kit that I built myself. Probably not a kit, but twin turbos nonetheless. So we've got a pair of T25 turbochargers from the 2G DSM era. There's one on this side and one on this side. These turbos are nobody's favorite, and rightfully so, but they are on my car because they are cheap. And my theory here was it came on the 2G DSM. That car was a 2 liter and the EG33 is a 3.3 liter. So half of the engine is 1.65 liters, other half 1.65 liters. These turbos were matched to a 2 liter. Two of them, something like 4 liters capability. Again, 1.6 for each side. So it kind of works out in theory. Now, are there better turbos to use for this application? Absolutely. Is this a good use of these cheap turbos? I believe so. The car is super streetable, super daily drivable. If you want boost, you get it immediately, and you also won't get in trouble because you're going a million miles an hour, just because that's not what the car is built for. It's not a great thing probably to do, and if we're doing 5,000 RPM, we're starting to blow hot air with these turbos anyway. So getting there is enjoyable, and that's how I drive this car. So it works out perfect for me. Does it work out for the internet and Instagram? Probably not, but they don't get to drive it, so joke's on them. Anyhow, as I said, Mega Squirt engine management. It is mostly tuned by myself. Certainly a lot of help along the way from some friends of mine, but the day-to-day tuning and drivability is mostly all done by me. All your Mega Squirt settings were hard fought through every single one. Lots of time reading the manual, and again, input from friends. But we've come a long way. I have it pretty much at the limit of what I'm comfortable tuning without taking it to a dyno and having all knock detection and everything. So pretty conservative on the timing front, but it makes plenty of power, more power than any car I've ever owned, and it'll blow away a factory WRX if there's any of those left out there anymore. But yeah, so as far as the interior goes, I can show you where the actual Mega Squirt 3 is. So it's running, again, Mega Squirt 3 with MS3X, and that is right here in the glove box. So I also have the Bluetooth dongle from DIY Auto Tune. So that plugs right in. It's serial to Bluetooth, and then once that is emitting Bluetooth, you Just have your cell phone magneted to the dash here. This is super convenient. I had fixed installation for a while to do display for the Megasquirt data, but that just found me in a sea of transferring data logs from the in situ display back to my PC, and now I get in, Bluetooth kicks on, I data log on the way to work, data log on the way home, get home, look at the logs, adjust the tune, and you're good to go. So definitely the cell phone that you carry around and you keep charged with you every day is my favorite. I still would think it would be cool to do a fixed installation just to display, but if you're doing any tuning, that might be something for you to consider. So with those turbos mounted so low, we've got some intercoolers. These are from a C5 turbo kit, relatively small. I wish I could remember the name of the turbo kit, but it's not a very popular one, I believe. It's kind of an old school turbo kit from a C5, so they happen to fit very well, and that's what I'm using. So there's a sump slightly lower than the turbo, but only ever so slightly. And that pumps the oil back to the oil pan, and all is good in the world. We do have water cooling for the turbochargers. Again, you know, a lot of people don't run water through their turbos, but that's how they came from the factory, and that's how I wanted to do it. We made some hard lines come out of the turbo and right into the heater core coolant lines, so that works out really well. We also have the EG accessories, so these are custom made brackets. Actually, this is just the factory. Yeah, this is actually just the factory power steering bracket. Works fine. The EJ alternator is custom mounted where your air conditioning would go. So that the car has no air conditioning. Primarily drive it in the winter, summertime with the windows down, good weather kind of thing. So I believe that's the way it's going to stay unless I feel froggy one day. But yeah, you can see custom bracket. This is the old SVX mount that I cut up and just bent some mild steel, and it's holding the alternator in place very well. Belts, power steering and alternator belt. These are stretch belts from the Gates catalog. I just found out what size I needed and ordered those up. This one's starting to squeak when it's like -5 outside. It's a little bit loose, so we might have to get an idler on that eventually, but overall, pretty happy with the car. Super daily drivable. Again, you know, in second and third gear, this thing just rips. Fourth gear even has a lot of power. If you're in fifth gear on the highway, you can just put your foot down and listen to the turbos kick in and pass somebody easily. So there's enough torque with this engine. Yeah, it is a glorious thing to drive, especially around the winter Minnesota roads. So anyway, that was the overview of the twin turbo EG33 Impreza. And again, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here for a while, stick around to see what's up next. And as always, take it easy, easy on cars. Alexa, what is 3.3 divided by 2?
3.3 divided by 2 is 1.65.